You're not gonna believe me, but you can turn just $20 into a life-changing opportunity. It's not easy to do, but crypto is one of the few ways in this world that is actually possible. That is a potential reality, and I'm gonna show you how that reality could happen. But the first question is, are you too late? Has the crypto hype train already passed you by? It's easy to feel like you've missed it because there's plenty of people who have made millions from nothing already. It's easy to go like, well, it's too late. However, that's just simply not the case. There are dozens of strategies that you can start using to grow your money over time, all for as little as $20. I'm also going to touch on specific coins that have 10, 15, 20x growth potential as we ramp up hype into this next run. And I'm going to give you specific tools and tricks that I've personally seen someone use to turn around $20 into millions in profit. Is there risk? Yes. Is this financial advice? No. It's just my opinion, but this is what I would do with $20 starting today. So you got $20. You're not looking to break the bank, but you want to see if you can turn that $20 into something much bigger. Here's how we do it. First, it's all about strategic investments. We're not just throwing our $20 or our entire portfolio into a random meme coin and then praying for a miracle. In crypto, miracles, they don't happen often. Sometimes they do, but it's nothing to bank on. But disasters, they happen in crypto all the time. So let's avoid the disasters. The plan here is calculated risk, focusing on potential 10x opportunities, but using a variety of strategies to keep you safe while doing it. Step one is all about finding the right coin. Head over to platforms like CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, and look for low cap gems. This is projects that are under the radar, usually ranked somewhere between like number 300 and number 1,000. Now, I know that some of these can look a little bit sketchy, but this is where the research comes in. Once you're on CoinMarketCap, you want to break down the coin's market cap and its value. Market cap is calculated by multiplying the current price by the circulating supply of the coin. This gives you an idea of the project's size compared to others. You always want to compare market cap, not price, not total number of tokens, market cap. That's the most important factor here. And you'll want a mix of market cap sizes later, but for now, we're looking for the smaller ones. A smaller market cap often means more room for growth. You know, if you're looking at $1 million coin that has the potential to 100x to 10x much easier than if you're looking at a $10 billion coin, for example. But obviously, yes, there's much more risk in looking at a smaller potential investment. So let's mitigate that risk by looking at popularity. Check out the trading volume. How much of the coin has been traded in the last 24 hours? This can tell you a lot about the current level of interest and liquidity in that project. If trading volume is high, that indicates active interest, which in crypto is always a good sign for growth. Generally in crypto, the more interest, the better the investment. You need to dig into a bunch of coins here and also look for a solid brand with an active community on X and a team that seems legit and seems dedicated. You should also consider the sector. The sector is extremely important because if you choose a sector that is rising, then your odds of choosing investment are significantly higher because your investment could be swept away with rising tides. So here's what I mean. Here's a few sectors. Decentralized finance, DeFi, this is a sector. Blockchain gaming and the metaverse, this is another sector that is poised to likely grow in the coming years. Artificial intelligence, this will likely grow in the coming years. Layer 2 solutions, also likely to grow. So if you find a project within a sector that is likely to grow, that project is also more likely to grow. Although I do need to touch on something here. In crypto, you've got to know how to protect yourself from scams, rug pulls, and pump and dump schemes. Listen, I love crypto, but the industry is filled with criminals, scammers, and scumbags. So you need to know this information if you're ever going to get anywhere in crypto. Number one, rug pulls. A rug pull happens when the team behind a project suddenly takes all the money and they just disappear. Happens all the time. To avoid this, make sure the project has transparent developers. Look for projects where the team is doxed. Their identities are public and they have a track record. Someone whose real legitimate face is on the project is much less likely to scam the user base. Be wary of projects with extremely high returns that sound too good to be true, and the only developers are hiding behind some kind of anime avatar. Be wary of that. Number two, pump and dump schemes. These are when a group hypes up a coin, gets tons of people to buy in, and then suddenly sells their holdings to make a profit, essentially selling on all the people that they just hyped up, and this causes the price to crash. You can avoid this by just simply not falling into the hype and doing your own research. Number three, suspicious websites and wallets. I have heard some horror stories regarding this. Don't let this be you. Only use trusted platforms. vetted platforms, the big ones. This is the easiest way. Focus on a Coinbase, on a Binance, CoinMarketCap, MetaMask wallet. That's the easiest way, is only focusing on the real big legit stuff. Now, I will say scammers often fake versions of popular sites though to steal your information, so always double check the URL to make sure you're on the right site. But for exchanges, just be totally safe that they actually have the assets and reserves that they say they have, so check the Merkle root of the exchange. Google any potential site you ever consider putting money in. Google the name and write scam afterwards and read everything you can, because if it's a scam, chances are people have already complained about it or have been scammed, and you can find information. That will avoid like 9 out of 10 problems if you literally just Google the name of the thing followed by scam. Number 5, always check for liquidity. If a token doesn't have much liquidity, it means there's not enough money backing it. And if that's the case, it means it could be very, very hard to sell when you want to sell. Number 6, where there's smoke, look at the project's community. If the community is active and there are real discussions, that's a great sign. Also check for forums like Reddit and Telegram, and check sites like Trustpilot for reviews. If a lot of people are calling something a scam and they're giving clear reasons, stay away. It's probably a scam. I need to make this perfectly clear. Doing your own research is key, not just in crypto, but also life. You have to be able to verify your own insights and verify what other people say if you're gonna get anywhere. So don't just take my advice and go do crazy things or anyone else's suggestions. Look into projects yourself. If you hear something that just doesn't sound quite right, look into it. Probably isn't quite right. Trust your gut. If you're looking at cryptos, look at the team, look at the use case, the roadmap, community engagement, everything. The question you need to ask is this project solving a real problem? Or does this seem too good to be true? Does this make sense? The best projects are simple to understand. They're simple to get. You can read their white paper and you're like, yeah, I understand this. For example, Render, they're helping with graphics rendering. Arkham, they help you find out what countries are doing with their crypto, or investigate into individual wallets. Like, they're simple. It makes sense that there's a use case and there's a need there. So look for cryptos with active communities on Discord or Twitter. That's usually a good sign that the project is gaining traction. A strong community often means there's belief in the project's future and there's a bunch of people going, hey, I believe in this thing. There's better odds that it's actually good if there's a bunch of fans. Also look at partnerships. Does the project have partnerships with big companies or other trusted institutions within the space that you're looking at? So this could mean trusted institutions like at scale, maybe they have a partnership with Amazon or something like that. Actually, Amazon, that's a bad example because there's a lot of scam cryptos that say they're partnership with Amazon. Just watch out for that. Okay, let's just say like Google. Does it have a partnership with Google? That's a great partnership to have, but also it could be on a smaller scale. So for example, like some reputable service provider within the Cardano ecosystem. Like, they're not going to just partner with a scam. They're going to do some diligence on them by themselves as well. So it's like a bunch of checkboxes that you're looking for here to verify that this is not a scam. It's the opposite of innocent till proven guilty. If you're looking at a crypto, just assume it's bad until proven good. Just assume that always. So these are all indicators that the project is serious and that they have a plan for growth. Another useful tactic is to check their GitHub to see if development is active. Are they making commits, and are they actually hitting their milestones? Like, is someone working on this thing? If not, that's a red flag. All of this will help you make better financial decisions and get more skilled at picking winners. But there's an easier strategy. Let's go back to your $20. Maybe you've put a bid into some altcoins that you like, but what's better? What's a safer strategy here? Well, dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin specifically has made me hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I'm gonna go with that because you don't even have to think, you just do the thing, and historical data says that this is a great decision. DCAing, dollar cost averaging, this is a strategy where you invest a fixed amount of money regularly, regardless of the asset's price. So this could be once a week, once a month, once a day. Many exchanges offer automation, so you're just buying at that regular interval, and you don't even have to think about, is the price down, is the price up? This flattens out the risk. If you just like that asset, you just think crypto is going to grow, then you're going to think that Bitcoin's going to grow. You can dollar cost average. You don't even have to think about it. If it trends upwards, your portfolio will grow. You don't even have to think about it. It's great. And yes, you're probably thinking $20, that's not enough to do anything with. And to that, I'd say maybe. The point here is to just start, to get used to picking winners with a low amount of money. Get good at the process, and then you can up your game and invest more if you so please. And also, of course, $20 can be turned into much more. We'll discuss an exact story a little bit later of someone who literally did this. $20 to millions. But first, step 4. It's just like Warren Buffett says, be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. This is so true in crypto. A great way to time your buys is by using technical indicators like the relative strength index, the RSI, and moving averages. If the RSI is below 30, this typically means the asset is oversold, which could be a good buying opportunity. Similarly, if the price is near a long-term moving average, it also could be a good time to buy. And pay attention to market cycles. Like I mentioned earlier with the elections, historically Bitcoin has followed 4-year cycles, which is influenced by its halving events. Let's say you find a project that's offering staking rewards. You put $10 of your $20 into it and you start earning passive income on that. Now this is best for coins that you already are perfectly willing to hold long term. So it's a nice cherry on top of that holding. If you stake a coin that pays you a 10% additional yield and the price of that coin also increases, you're benefiting both from the 10% yield and the price appreciation. So it's like a double whammy situation. This is pretty sweet and it will start compounding rapidly if you're doing this with multiple coins. But of course, the risk here is the coin's price going down. So that's why it's best to do this with long-term holdings. For a coin that you already like, you plan to hold it long term, and you're like, why not make an extra 10% APY on top of that? Yield farming is another option here. This is great. Yield farming is a process where you lend your crypto assets to a DeFi platform in exchange for rewards. Essentially, you're providing liquidity, which helps these platforms function smoothly, and in return, they pay you interest. Depending on the exact pool, it could be paid direct proportional fees of that pool. There's different ways it can work, but let's say you take $5 of your $20 and put it into a yield farming protocol like Aave or Compound. By providing liquidity, you can earn fees from transactions and boost your overall returns. However, yield farming comes with its own individual risks, such as smart contract vulnerabilities or impermanent loss. So make sure that you vetted the protocol and vetted the exchange and the pool before you dive in. And here's an even more fun way to make money. Okay, so this is a more advanced strategy and comes with significant risk, but it can also help you grow your $20 much faster if done responsibly. It's a little bit of a wild ride, so let's strap in. Leverage trading allows you to borrow funds to increase the size of your trade. This means you could potentially earn even more if you start with that small amount. However, if you lose your trade, you'll lose even more money as well. It's high risk, it's high reward. For example, you could use $5 of your $20 on a leverage trading platform like Blowfin or Binance Futures. With $5, you could open a position worth $25 using 5x leverage. But again, with your leverage, your gains are amplified, but so are your losses. This is why you should always use a stop loss. A stop loss is a preset level. It's a safety level at which your trade will automatically close to prevent further losses. If you're using leverage, you need to have at least a 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio. This means that for every $1 you risk, you're aiming to make at least $2. This ensures that even if you lose a few trades, your winners can still make you profitable. Think about that. You can lose, but still win overall. That's ideal. Another note is something that I say all the time: only risk what you can afford to lose. Leverage is addictive. You are only one dumb, greedy mistake away from losing thousands of dollars if you're using leverage incorrectly. So instead, start small, use stop losses always, and make sure you have a well-defined strategy before diving into leverage. This is advanced. Don't use it if you're unsure on how to use it, or if you ask yourself, can I handle this? And your answer is no, don't use it. You're not ready. I'll give you a couple strategies in a second, but if used correctly, small amounts of leverage can help you grow your $20 significantly. For example, our head of research at FINOVA, Kyle, he grew $26 into over 2.8 million using safe levels of leverage on his trades. $26 to 2.8 million. He's literally done this, $20 to millions, and he teaches his exact methods. He has shown every single trade from 26 to 2.8 million. You can vet his trades. He teaches his strategies, he teaches his setups, his stop losses, price targets. He does this so members can learn from him and copy his methods and get profits like this, and this. Now, this is only for people who have money to risk and have a few hours a week to trade. If you are flat broke or you have zero time to learn this, it's just not for you. But if you do have some money that you would like to put to work and you have time to learn how to use it, then check out the link in the description for FINOVA. So there are a couple tools that you need to know to help you trade that $20 or whatever your portfolio is. Check out TradingView. It's an amazing tool for charting and technical analysis. It also offers paper trading as a feature. This means you can practice your trading strategies without risking real money. Paper trading is a wonderful, wonderful way to develop your skills, to get comfortable with the platform, to figure out what works best for you before using any real money. It's the smart way to do it. With your $20 though, you could allocate, let's say $5 for actual trading once you've practiced enough with paper trading. One strategy that you can try is the Bollinger Band strategy. Bollinger Bands are technical indicators that consist of a middle band, usually a moving average, and two outer bands that represent standard deviations of any given price. When the price touches the lower Bollinger Band, it may indicate that the asset is oversold, potentially signaling a good buying opportunity. When the price touches the upper band, it might be overbought, indicating that it could be a time to sell or potentially short it. Using Bollinger Bands with paper trading is a wonderful place to start your trading journey. It's super simple and zero risk if you're paper trading. Now, this will take time, but if you want to make money trading leverage, this is something that you need to do. Take your time to experiment with different indicators. Find out which ones work best for you. Combine tools like the RSI, the Relative Strength Index, and Bollinger Bands to give you a better understanding of potential buy and sell signals. This is all going to improve your trades over time. If you want to see how this is done in more detail, I'll link a video later in this guide. Even with as little as $20, you want to think about how you're structuring your portfolio. But why? Because with such a volatile market, you want to ensure that you're not overexposed to risky assets. As a general rule of thumb, I try to keep around 70% of my crypto portfolio in stable cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or an ETH, as stable as cryptos can be. Those two are extremely resilient and provide a solid backbone to your more risky picks while still providing upside. Like, there is still upside in Bitcoin and Ethereum. The remaining 30% or less should be allocated to high risk, high reward altcoins or other opportunities that you've personally vetted. The sole goal here is to chase those big opportunities, you know, the 10x, the 100x, but at a level that won't wipe you out if you're wrong. You can't lose all your money if you're trying to make money. Like, it's obvious, don't lose your money. Diversification is something that I would heavily focus on here. Split that 30%, the riskier 30%, among different sectors like DeFi, AI, gaming, layer 2 solutions. This way, if one sector tanks, you could still have exposure to others that could still pump. So let me give you some examples of portfolios. Here's how you could allocate your $20 or whatever amount it is that you want to invest. You can scale this to any size. Portfolio 1, this is the balanced approach. This is 60% in large caps, Bitcoin and Ethereum for stability, 20% in high growth altcoins. This is coins like Avalanche and Polygon, 10% in emerging sectors. This is coins from sectors like AI or gaming, 10% for trading. This is allocated for trading on platforms like Binance Futures or Blowfin. By the way, I have Blowfin linked below. They are my current favorite US exchange. Assets are vetted, Merkle root provided. This is the best exchange for US traders as of right now, and they're offering a little sign-up bonus, so check that out if you're looking for a new exchange. Example portfolio 2, the conservative approach. This is 70% in large cap like Bitcoin or Ethereum for a nice strong foundation, 15% in lower risk altcoins, so established projects like Chainlink or Cosmos, 5% in higher risk altcoins, so this could be like a Phantom, something with high growth potential, 10% for trading, so this is trading using leverage responsibly, only once you can actually handle that. Example portfolio 3, aggressive growth, 60% in large caps, 25% in high growth altcoins. This could be an Arbitrum, Render token, 5% in experimental projects. So this might be emerging sectors like VeChain or the Graph, 10% for trading. This is allocated for high risk trades or day trading or smaller altcoins that you're trying to quickly grow your capital with. Example portfolio 4, high risk, high reward, 50% in large caps. So we have some stability here, but still leaving room for growth. 30% in high growth altcoins. This could be an Avalanche, a Polygon, a Cosmos. 10% in niche projects. So this could be something like a Hedera hash graph, a render token, and 10% for trading. This is engaging in trading strategies or using leverage to amplify returns, again, in a strategy-based, risk-averse manner. Example portfolio 5, income generation focus. This is 60% in large caps for a nice stable base, 15% in staking coins like a Polygon or a Cosmos, 15% in yield farming on platforms like Aave or Curve or whatever your favorite DeFi platform is, and 10% for trading. This could be swing trading, day trading, whatever makes sense for your individual strategy. Now, these portfolios are just examples to help you visualize different ways to distribute your $20. You can tweak and test this however you see fit, but the main thing here is have a plan. And the next thing is step 7, risk management. Now, I need to be real with you guys. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. $20 into millions takes time and effort. But the method is simple. The strategy is simple. The daily in and out actions are actually extremely simple. The problem is most people aren't willing to actually do it the right way. What's also simple about all this is the risk. Take on too much risk, it's going to destroy you. So only invest in what you can afford to lose. The beauty of crypto is that even small investments can grow massively if you pick the right project at the right time. With careful planning, research, and a bit of luck, obviously, that $20 could turn into something life-changing. Now, earlier I mentioned using indicators in trading to help you make money with leverage. To see how you can use a simple 4-part strategy to make millions in crypto, check out this video on screen.